Hi guys, what's up? Welcome in or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do my everyday 5-minute work routine. This routine will basically be as far as office appropriate. I mean, of course, there are different ways you could dress your face up depending on where you work. Some places accept more makeup than others. So this is just my take on an everyday 5-minute makeup routine. Woke up late, took too long on your hair, whatever the case is, these tips and tricks are for you. Okay, so first things first, I have already washed and moisturized my face, brushed my teeth, put on my Ulta lip juice oil. If you watch my haul, which will be linked somewhere up here, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Best lip product ever to keep your lips moisturized while you're doing your makeup. You can go in with whatever primer you would like depending on your skin type. For myself, a few affordable options that I have are from e.l.f. that work really well with my oily skin, considering I'm not using a foundation but a powder foundation today. That will also determine what kind of primer you want to use for your skin type. So normally I would use my e.l.f. Oil Control Lotion with tea tree oil. It basically feels like a moisturizer. I mean, you're putting a whole bunch of powder on your face in a little bit, so if you're dry, you would definitely want to do something very hydrating. Oily, you can still do your oily products in whatever area you get oily. So mostly mine is in my T-zone, but it kind of spreads to the rest of my face throughout the day. So I will go in with the mattifying primer in my T-zone, or otherwise I would just use this all over. And then I also like to use the e.l.f. Prep&Blur Stick. So it's just a little Prep&Blur Stick. I do have large pores right here. We will be putting concealer on there. And then there's also, if you like the primer mist, there's an e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. Now, again, my products say oil control because I am extremely oily. So I basically don't want to put something that's not going to control my oils. Even though I am putting powder, I'm still an oily person. So I am going to go in with my e.l.f. Prep&Blur Stick. And I'm just going to put this in my porous, I guess you would say porous areas. Yeah, my porous areas. And this is just really convenient for me because it's in a stick form, so I'm not really having to dig my hands into a whole bunch of stuff, and my hands are dirty and all that good jazz. So, not really a fan of that. And then after that is on, I look crazy, I will go in with my damp beauty blender or my brush, whatever I plan on using, and I just pat that in. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my Oil Control Lotion, just because it's quick. So I do about 2 little squirts of that. And I do go over the spots where I put the Prep&Blur Stick, just to kind of give a little bit more. Because the Prep&Blur Stick, I want to say it doesn't have, it's the only product that's not oil control. It's really just because I have very large pores. I have a few hormonal breakouts going on. Like these. Yay! Okay, so basically now that the skin is all nice and prepped and primed, now it's time you basically go in with your concealer if you need under eye concealer. I'm a mom. I have 2 toddlers. I have bags. I have dark circles from nights of not getting sleep. So therefore, mama needs to conceal. So the options that I picked out were the Ulta Full Coverage Concealer. This is waterproof, and I am in the shade Deep Warm. I have 2 of the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealers, and these are pretty much my skin tone. So like if you wanted to spot correct, if you feel like your powder foundation wouldn't cover up enough of your hyperpigmentation, then I would spot correct with these. And then I also have my Holy Grail, which is my Maybelline Age Rewind in tan. This is by far my favorite under eye concealer. I usually mix these two together simply because this one just has a little bit more coverage that I'd be looking for, but this one is extremely matte, so I need the hydration of this one and the correction of this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Age Rewind. I wish they would change the packaging on this. I'm not a fan. So, and I just dab. I usually put this right underneath my eye just to cover those dark circles. Now, depending on you is how much you're going to put on, obviously. Some people will say, oh, that's too much, that's too much. Well, it's my face. I didn't ask you. So, okay, now I'm going to go in with my NYX HD Concealer in CW08, and I'm just going to put that on the outsides to kind of blend that in for when I go in with my powder. Okay, so that's after me putting on my concealer. Now, like I said, you can either go in with your damp beauty blender. Sometimes it's just faster for people. Otherwise, if you have one with your beauty blender, you can go in with any type of concealer brush. This is the Morphe G2, and because of the shape, I like to use it for my under eye concealer because I can get right up underneath there. Also, I want to say there's plenty of other options. Like e.l.f. has a flawless concealer brush. It's just a little bit smaller, so if you're trying to cover a larger area over a short amount of time, this wouldn't really work. This would kind of aggravate me. So that's why I would go in with something a little bit bigger, or like I said, just your damp beauty blender, which I lost. So just for the sake of the video, I'm going to show you one side blended out with the brush and then one side blended out with my beauty blender. Okay, so that is the side with my brush, and then I'm going to go in on this side with my damp beauty blender. Okay, so that is how they look. This is my sponge side. So next, of course, you want to go in and set your eyes immediately. To do that today, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in 30 Medium Deep. The Laura Mercier, Peach Perfect, Fenty, pretty much any setting powder that you feel like using that morning will work great. Again, you can either go in with a brush or your sponge. I usually just do my sponge. Sometimes I'll even do a dry sponge. It actually works. Yeah. So you just want to go in and set that immediately. And I try not to put too much powder the first time. I'd rather it melt down into my skin than me put too much and you can't dust it off. Okay, so now that that is all set, I look cray cray. Let me see if I can adjust this lighting so I don't look as crazy. Nah, sis, you still look crazy. Still look crazy. But hopefully you can see more of my actual skin tone. So I'm under a highlight. Like I said, if you don't want to highlight, you don't have to. I personally like a highlight. My face is two-toned anyway. The The outer ring of my face tends to be darker than the middle part of my face anyway, so the high points is just pretty much where I highlight. I do not highlight my forehead though, so or my chin. I really just conceal under my eyes. And then as far as the actual foundation powders, I'm going to pretty much just show you some options that I have. But the one I'm going to go in with today is my Maybelline Full Coverage 16 Hour, the Super Stay powder foundation. And then I have mine in 362 Truffle. This is my spring summer shade. I am a little bit more tan. I also have this e.l.f. Dark Deep. It's from their Beautifully Bare collection. Their finishing powder. So that's what I have. That's what that looks like right there. That's for if you just want lightweight coverage. If you don't really need the extra coverage, then that's fine. And then of course the first powder foundation I ever got was my Bare Minerals. I have the original. They do have a tan version of this, the loose, and a pressed version in matte. So I want to say I think I'm going to go end up picking up one of those, because I mean I like the foundation itself. It's just the original is, I would not recommend this if you're oily. Like if you're more normal, then fine. If you're dry, fine. But if you're oily, I would say do the matte, because you're definitely going to have to touch this up throughout the day. And that's what I learned. But this one I'm in warm tan. I mean, this does have SPF 15 in it. So, of course, if you don't put on an SPF, then that's great. I don't think any of my other ones have SPF. I don't think so. But you can actually get this in a kit. I think it's like, I honestly don't know how much it is. When I got mine, it was on sale, so I got it for like $32-ish. It comes with 2 brushes, the mineral veil, the foundation, and then the warmth, which is basically like a powder or a mineral bronzer. It adds warmth to your face like a bronzer would, except it's in a powder version. So to go in with my foundation, I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics #1 brush. It's from their Rose Gold collection, and it's the powder brush. If you have really any type of powder brush would work for this, except for like, well, I want to say even maybe one of those like really large ones, which is what I use to dust my bake away. So just going to go in. I usually tap, I don't swirl. You see the powder coming off. And then I'll go in and I'll stamp, and then I swirl and buff the foundation in. Okay, sorry about that. I had to change my SD card, guys. So when my camera cut off, apparently, I was just going in with my mascara. I'm trying to use up the rest of this Benefit Roller Lash. I like it, but honestly, I probably won't rebuy it. I'd rather get the Benefit Bad Gal, because this mascara is bomb, okay? Freaking bomb, alright? Okay, so bottom mascara is done. So now is the time, of course, where we finish off the look with lips. Sometimes I will take this Italiana Deluxe Ultra Fine Lip Liner in 1036 Chocolate, and I will line my lips. My pretty much everyday go-to is this lip combination. It's my Fenty and this lip liner. Depending on if I want to be glossy, if I know I have a day like full of meetings or something like that, then I will not go the glossy route, simply because I have to reapply it more. I'm just not about that life, okay? So in any instance, you could go in with a liquid lip, a lipstick, soft matte lip, whatever you prefer. So my typical nudes with that lip liner, I have the Kat Von D Bow and Arrow, her Everlasting Liquid Lip. This is a nude for me with that lip liner. And then I also have two of my nude options in the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. And this one is in, I don't know how the hell to say that, Abu Dhabi. And then I also have Berlin when I'm feeling a little bit more chocolate. Sometimes I might do both. I might do the chocolate on the outside and a lighter one on the inside. So I'm just gonna take my lip liner. Just because it's my holy girl, I am going to go in today with my Fenty Beauty gloss bomb. Or if you want, you could do one of those other ones and just put the gloss bomb on top, but I don't. Okay guys, so that is going to be the finished look for today's video. My husband is for real tripping out over this game. Like, if y'all can't hear him, like, it's so hilarious. I might just do a video of him gaming for a day so y'all can just hear some of the phrases him and his friends say on PlayStation. Like, sis. Okay. Right? If your boyfriend, son's girlfriend, wife, husband, or whatever, if you know a true gamer, then you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit your bell notifications so you never miss one of my uploads. Now that I have my set schedule, because your girl trying to be a real YouTuber up in this piece. Okay? So look out for that. Yeah, and I would just say watch another video. Support your girl. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we're here trying to grow. We're trying to grow together. Okay, so help me help you by watching another video. That's all I'm saying. So until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Bye.